Hello friends. Today we are going to discuss the status of human security. Status of human security. What is the status of human security? We are going to discuss about the status of human security. So let's start the discussion about human security status. The human security aims at safeguarding the vital core of all human lives from critical to pervasive threats in a way consistent with the long-term fulfillment. Human security is the safeguard against the threats in life like poverty, job insecurity, food insecurity, environmental degradation, which can cause severe damage and hinder human development. Human security means safety from some chronic threats like hunger, disease, repression. It can also mean protection of people from sudden and harmful disruptions in the pattern of daily life, whether in home, in job, or in communities. Such threats can exist at all levels of development. Dr. Huck states that human security necessitates action in 5 areas. Number 1 point, that is development. Action to maintain sustainability, equity, social security, employment, etc., which influence the peace and process of development. Number 2 military. Human security here would demand reduction or capping of military expenditure on arms, redistribute resources for economic development benefiting common people. Point number 3 North-South independence and or North-South interdependency. The developed North and developing the South can have mutually beneficial relationship with each other, benefiting all countries. Institutional. Point number 4 is institutional. This refers to measures like restructuring institutions like the IMF, World Bank, and the UN enable them to plan their activities to empower poor countries and ensure security and environment. Point number 5 building a global civil society based on grassroots participation, dynamic democracy in place of authoritarian rule. Status of human security in India. Now we are going to discuss the human security situation in India. In India, human security is of great value as we face several complex threats. In India, poverty is a chronic and affects a large section of the population. Policies for social changes, economic betterment of the poor, exclude are weak and their implementation is poor. There is wide-scale literacy, malnutrition, poor health, lack of skills among the youth, intelligence failures, political confrontation, evil of dowry, youth frustrations, and on. Besides this, India has unresolved disputes with its neighbor and so on. All these threats are complex, of large magnitude, and need a strong human security measures for their effective implementation. India is making a valiant effort to strengthen and ensure human security by several path-breaking attempts. In the field of food security, Government of India has proposed a Food Security Act. This act will ensure food to poor people below the poverty line at affordable rates and is reasonably adequate quantities. There are, however, controversies as to how to demarcate the poverty line, and activists have argued for a universal public distribution system for food security. This is because below the poverty line has been shown to be arbitrary and many people in the above poverty line are also very vulnerable. In the field of employment, the government has already enacted Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Program, which guarantee works to rural poor for 100 days in a year per household. In the field of social security, the government has passed the enactment for social security for the benefit of poor and unorganized workers who constitute the overwhelming majority of the workforce. Special insurance scheme for poor are also being implemented. The government is working on the giant project of issuing unique identity cards for the common people, which will facilitate the poor to get access credit and ration, etc. The government is also trying to popularize microfinance benefit for the poor. In the 5 years plan, the government is now emphasizing inclusive development. However, in spite of this measure, the status of human security in India is still inadequate. Factors like resource constraint, poor implementation, leakages, and corruption in development schemes are adversely affecting the measures of human security. It is necessary for the Government of India and state governments to consolidate their various measures and coordinate among the governments and with the civil society so that human security in India is strengthened. Status of human security at the global level. At the global level, there are a number of measures that have been taken to promote human security. The Millennium Development Goal aims at raising a lot of poor people in developing countries by asking developed countries to give 0.05% of their GDP for assistance for this purpose. In the trade, also there is a demand that World Trade Organization WTO work for the favorable terms and trade for poor and developing countries. Earlier attempt at improving the living condition through the international efforts did produce some good results. As for example, in 1960, 70% of humanity was living in the abysmal condition, but this percentage came down 32% in 1982. But there are still glaring inequalities between the countries which demand strong international action to strengthen food security and development. Globalization has increased the inequality, and many people in the middle classes have also suffered because of inequality and jobless growth brought about by globalization. There are also challenges like terrorism, wars, ethnic conflict, environmental degradation, and climatic changes, which were threatening human security in the developed and developing countries. This will have been tackled with the concrete and well coordinated international actions to enforce human security benefiting the entire mankind. Fostering democracy can also be a great help because it is only in a democratic environment can human security flourish with people participation, entitlements, and capabilities, ensuring social welfare and human well-being. So friends, these are the discussion of status of human security in India and in the world. So if you like the video, you like it, share it, and kindly press the bell icon button so you can get more information about human security videos every day. Thank you.